Hello everyone, welcome to another video of mine. It's Kamar Double-A, and this is another Chelsea transfer news video where I cover all the reports, all the latest news surrounding Chelsea at this current moment in time, in this present time, and we have a lot to get through. I have 4 to 5 stories to report on the left-back situation, the centre-back situation, the Havertz updates, the winger situation and the goalkeeping situation. I'm going to be updating on every single piece of news surrounding Chelsea, so make sure you stay until the end of the video. Smash the like button, subscribe, hit the bell notification and comment down below your thoughts and opinions on each topic that I do speak about. But without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, starting off with the main news story that does regard obviously Kai Havertz. Now, I've been doing a lot of Kai Havertz videos recently and giving you guys updates, so obviously make sure you hit the bell notification, so I'll be providing all the latest news on this channel. But regarding Kai Havertz, there's a lot to speak about now. It was broken yesterday by Matt Law, who obviously writes for Telegraph. Matt Law, a reliable Chelsea journalist who has obviously sources within the club. He basically stated that Chelsea will be stepping up their pursuit for Kai Havertz and will be preparing a bid after Bayer Leverkusen's cup final on Saturday evening. The Blues seem determined to fight hard with Bayern Munich for the playmaker, and Leverkusen value Kai Havertz at £90 million, who plays in a German cup final against Bayern Munich on Saturday. So it is believed by Matt Law, who obviously is reliable, and many other journalists, that Chelsea will be presenting a bid to Bayer Leverkusen on the night of the cup final, because that is Bayer Leverkusen's last game before of the season. Essentially, that is their last game, and Kai Havertz will then be free to essentially deal with clubs, the reps to talk to clubs, the Bayer Leverkusen to negotiate with various other clubs, Chelsea being one of them, of course. And personally, like I said, we've had a bid rejected. Last week we placed a bid in that was rejected. Real Madrid are also really keen and interested, but Chelsea are the ones showing a strong interest. Now, it was obviously confirmed today and yesterday that Leroy Sané is officially a Bayern Munich player, £55 million with £10 million in bonuses and add-ons, and he is now officially a Bayern Munich player, nearly on £400,000 a week. So it begs the question, can Bayern Munich still afford to sign Kai Havertz, the German sensation, the German superstar, the German talent? And obviously Bayern Munich would love to sign Kai Havertz, but the current financial situation with Bayern Munich is they prefer to wait until the summer of 2021 to sign Kai Havertz, leaving Chelsea at an advantage and in a fantastic position to get this deal wrapped up. Now, if you ask me personally, do I think this still will happen? Yes, I believe it still will happen. Obviously, Leverkusen value Kai Havertz at £90 million, as reported by Matt Law, but the problem is Bayer Leverkusen did not secure Champions League football, and with numerous elite clubs such as Chelsea in for him, it's going to be difficult to essentially secure Kai Havertz at Bayer Leverkusen. And Kai wants to move this summer. He doesn't want to wait around. He wants to move this summer, and obviously is intrigued by the Premier League. Now, carrying on from that, German sources, and we're now moving away from the Telegraph, German sources also believe Chelsea will be making a bid for Kai Havertz after he plays in Saturday's German Cup final as well. So obviously, not as well as English sources, German sources also believe that this is the case. And obviously Vendel, who is Bayer Leverkusen's current left back, he conducted an interview with the Brazilian media and he was asked about Kai Havertz. Now, what was interesting about this was he was asked about the Kai Havertz situation, what Kai Havertz enjoys, his relationship with Kai Havertz, and essentially summarising, he essentially said that Kai Havertz dreams, in quote, dreams of playing in the Premier League, and also is very interested and intrigued by the prospect of playing for Chelsea. Of course, we know Timo Werner has a close relationship with Kai Havertz, as well as Antonio Rudiger, agent Rudy, as we say. And obviously him dreaming of playing in the Premier League and wanting to come here is a massive attraction for Kai Havertz. We have the finances, we have the coaching staff, we have the ambition, we have the project to really take us that far. We have Timo Werner, who's close to him, so there's a lot going for us and we have many advantages for this. And with Kai Havertz wanting to leave this summer, with Leverkusen not securing Champions League football, with Chelsea making Kai Havertz their number one priority, everything is puzzling together. It's all joining together and fitting together in a nice, beautiful puzzle, and hopefully everything aligns together, the stars align, and Kai Havertz will become a Blue. And to be honest, I'm very optimistic. I'm very confident Kai Havertz will become a Chelsea player and he will be a Blue. Obviously, football, things happen, things change, negotiation can happen. It's not guaranteed, it's not 100%, but if I had to give it out of 10, I'd say probably 7.58 out of 10. I'm fairly confident that Kai Havertz will be a Chelsea player, despite various interests from obviously Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Now, that is the latest on the Kai Havertz news. Now let's move on to other news stories. I want to speak about L.Digne, the left back from Everton. Now some of you obviously may know him, obviously Premier League established, Premier League left back, French international. Now according to the journalist L.Digne, he stated that Chelsea have identified Everton's L.Digne as a potential solution to their problems at left back. They see the former Barcelona defender as an alternative to Leicester's Ben Chilwell. Now it's obviously clear in Everton to know that Ben Chilwell is Frank Lampard's first choice at left back. Whether we like it or not, I personally don't. Whether us fans find him mid-well and all this nonsense, that is completely irrelevant. The main thing here is Lampard wants him, and if the price was right, we'd sign Ben Chilwell. However, the price is not right. There's a big valuation gap. Leicester wants around 70 to 80 million pounds. Chelsea don't really want to go over 50 million pounds, which is justified. And as a result, L.Digne, according to this journalist, is on our shortlist and as a potential alternative. Now, how reliable are these reports? I am not too sure. There hasn't been major outlets reporting this. Obviously, it's well known Tagliafico is our backup option, with his quotation of his price tag being around £22.4 million. He could potentially be on our shortlist, but I don't think, I think Tagliafico is definitely the second choice, and I think that the likelihood of L.Digne come Chelsea is extremely unlikely, with other left back choices the club prefers, other left back choices Lampard prefers. Now, personally, as a player, I rate L.Digne highly. I think that, attacking wise, he's fantastic. He's got a lot of pace. His dribbling ability, his crossing is good, defensively solid, Premier League experience, French international, played at Barcelona, played at Paris Saint-Germain. So he's got a lot of experience at the highest level, and I think that he would be a fantastic addition to our squad. However, do I see this being a realistic option? Personally, I don't see it. Like I said, I think obviously with Chilwell being first choice and Tagliafico from Ajax being our backup option, I don't see Chelsea signing L.Digne. But those are the latest reports. That is the latest on that. Would you take L.Digne at Chelsea? Leave me your thoughts, opinions in the comment section below. Now, sticking with the left back situation, let's talk about the current left back at Chelsea, and that is Emerson Palmieri. Now, Fabrizio Romano, the reliable Romano, obviously Italian journalist, we all know how reliable and credible that Fabrizio is. He is stating that Inter have started talks with Chelsea to sign Emerson Palmieri. Antonio Conte wants him as left back for next season after Hakimi. The official bid is to be made soon. Now, this is via Gianluca Di Marzio, another reliable Italian journalist. Now, anything that comes out of Di Marzio or Fabrizio Romano, take it, it's reliable. Take it well. It's good news, it's reliable. Now, what the exciting part here is the official bid to be made soon. Now, it's well clear that obviously Chelsea have a lot of finances this summer, but we need to raise further funds and play ourselves if we want to fund a top class left back, if we want to fund a top class centre back that many of our fan base are crying out for, rightly so. Now, obviously, it was really between Emerson and Alonso. Antonio Conte has worked with both, and he plays in that wing back system, and Alonso, we know, is fantastic in that wing back system. But it looks like Antonio Conte wants Emerson for that left wing back spot, and obviously Emerson is more of a natural left back. And the region is around, you're looking at 25 to 30 million pounds. So personally, I would definitely do this deal. I think that we need to raise funds. He's been frozen out by Lampard. He's inconsistent with injuries and performances, and he hasn't really lived up to the expectations that all Chelsea fans had. And personally, I would definitely negotiate with Inter and Sediment. It's looking like Emerson will be making his way back to Italy, especially with him being homesick, back on his way to Italy to Inter Milan. Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Who would you rather sell, Emerson or Alonso? Leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. But let's talk about the goalkeeping situation regarding Kepa. Now, in the same article, the Kai Havertz update that Matt Law was writing, he also talked about the Kepa situation. Now, he said that the possibility of Frank Lampard trying to sign a new goalkeeper may rest on whether or not Chelsea are prepared to pay a percentage of Kepa Arrizabalaga's wages to loan him out. Now, this makes logical and financial sense. Now, we've seen all the reports that Valencia will take him on loan on a 2-year loan deal. Now, I'll be very open to this, but there has to be some conditions. Now, obviously, an option to buy would be nice. Now, one thing that we need to have clear in our heads is we are not recuperating anywhere near the amount of outlay that we had on Kepa, whether it's wages, whether it's his contract, or even his world record price tag that we paid. He was an emergency signing at the time. We wanted Alisson and we spent around £72 million. We'd be lucky to recuperate around even half of that, in my personal opinion. Now, obviously, Valencia are interested in him. And with regarding Kepa situation, if he went on loan to Valencia, because Kepa's on such high wages, we're talking about £200,000 a week, Valencia can't afford all his wages. Therefore, Chelsea would have to pay a percentage or subsidise some of those wages for this move to occur, obviously returning back to Spain, and would then have to look at alternative goalkeeping options for next season. And obviously, Kepa has to improve. He's poor again against West Ham. He's been simply poor this season. His distribution has regressed. His commanding of the box is poor. You know, his shot stopping abilities, his reflexes is nowhere near as good as your top goalkeepers. And yes, he has, you know, remaining games to improve, but it's not looking good for his situation. Now, potential replacements. It was reported by the French publication Le Temps Sport that Chelsea are interested in signing Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper Alphonse Areola. Now, we were linked to him in the past before we signed Kepa. Christophe Lodichon, who was our current goalkeeping coach at the time, wanted Areola over Kepa Arrizabalaga, but the club opted to sign Kepa. Now, if Areola obviously played at the highest level, played with PSG, currently on loan at Real Madrid, back up to Thibaut Courtois. Now, personally, he's not the replacement I think that is necessary and good enough for us. You know, he's back up to Courtois at Real Madrid, not getting enough game time. He wasn't fantastic at PSG, hence why PSG loaned him out and they signed Keylor Navas. You know, he's been loaned out and he wasn't good enough at PSG. I don't think that he's good enough for Chelsea. He's not what Chelsea needs. And I think that obviously there are much better goalkeeping solutions out there. But that is just my personal opinion. Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, leave it to smash like button, subscribe to my channel if you're not here. Make sure to hit the bell notification, and I will see you guys for my next video. Peace.